Hello everyone. Today we are going to see a derivation, that is the minimum number of teeth on the pinion in order to avoid interference. In previous video or in previous lecture we seen that minimum number of teeth on the wheel in order to avoid interference. Okay, so we already seen the interference condition, or what is the interference. Okay, so to avoid the interference there must be some conditions will be there. Okay, in that first condition is that to we have to increase the number of teeth on the pinion or number of teeth on wheel. Okay, or we can adjust the number of teeth of the pinion or wheel to avoid the interference. Okay, so in this derivation we are going to see the minimum or limiting conditions, that is number of teeth on the pinion, that is in order to avoid what interference. Okay, now see here, this is what a figure. Okay, so in this figure, this O1 is what center of this pinion. Okay, base here is what base circle. Okay, this is what piece circle of this pinion. This is what base circle of what pinion. Here this actual addendum circle of pinion. Okay, and this is what maximum addendum circle of this pinion. Again this angle phi will be here. Okay, next this small r, this is what radius of this pinion. Similar in the case of wheel. Okay, O2 will is equal to what center of this wheel. This capital R, this is what radius of the piece circle of the wheel. Okay, this is here is what base circle. Here piece circle will be there. This is what a piece circle. Next here is what addendum circle, and this is what maximum addendum circle. In that case we seen that angle phi will be there. Okay, in previous video we seen that, or we derived the equation, that is what path of contact. Okay, so we know that path of contact, this starts here. Where it starts at point is K, that is what engagement is beginning of engagement, and this L is nothing but what end of engagement will be there, or we can say this is what disengagement. So we simply know that the KL is equal to path of contact. Okay, this path of contact, length of path of contact, this is what this is a combination of two things. Okay, this is what KP, first thing is there. Okay, next is what PL. Okay, so KP is nothing but what, see here, this is KP will be here, this KP is what path of approach, and this PL will be here. This PL is nothing but what path of recess. This is what a KL. Okay, so here next 2 points will be there. This is what point M will be there, and point N will be here. Okay, this point M and N, this point M and N will be the maximum path of this. Mn is nothing but what maximum path of contact. This is what, this will be the maximum. That means to avoid the interference we can increase the radius of this pinion up to this point N, or we can increase the radius of this wheel up to point N. Okay, so point this M and N will be known as the interference point. That means we cannot extend the radius beyond this point N of this wheel. We cannot extend the radius of this wheel up to this point M. Okay, so these two are nothing but what the interference point. Again this TT will be here. Okay, the tangent, basic tangent will be passed through here. This pass through the point, this P. This P point is nothing but what, we know that the pitch point. Okay, so see that we already discussed that in order to avoid interference, the addendum circles for the two mating gears, okay, must cut the common tangent to the base circles. Must cut the tangent to the base circles. Okay, so base circles will be there. They must cut the tangent here. Okay, in these two cases, this point N and M, these are the cutting points. Okay, the limiting condition reaches when the addendum circles of pinion and wheel pass through the points N and M. Okay, now the limiting condition reaches when the addendum circles of pinion and wheel pass through the point N and M. These are the main condition. Okay, now see here, we know that small t is equal to number of teeth on the pinion. Okay, next capital T is equal to number of teeth on the wheel. Okay, small m is equal to module of the teeth. small r is equal to pitch circle radius of the pinion. We can also find r is equal to, we know that formula, small m into small t divided by 2. The small m is equal to what module, small t is equal to number of t. By this equation we can also find out the small r, that is what pitch circle radius of the pinion. Next, we know that capital G, this is nothing but what, gear ratio, and gear ratio is given as, this is what, capital T divided by small t, that is number of teeth on the wheel divided by number of teeth on the pinion. Or simply we can state that gear ratio is equal to what, capital R divided by small r. That means capital R is nothing but what, pitch circle radius of the wheel divided by pitch circle radius of the pinion. Okay, so here angle phi will be there. This is what pressure angle or angle of obliquity. So from this equation, we can now see here triangle O1 NP. Okay, so triangle this O1 NP will be here. Okay, from this triangle O1 will be here, N will be here, and this P will be here. Okay, from this triangle O1 NP, okay, we have to find out this O1 N square. Okay, this O1 we must know, we have to find out here O1 N. Okay, now O1 N square is equal to, by using the Pythagoras theorem, what we got here, O1p square plus Pn square minus 2 times O1p into Pn into cos OPN, O1Pn. Okay, this is what angle will be there. This is O1Pn, so O1Pn, this angle will be here. Okay, so see here, now see here, instead of O1p we can write here, we know that this is what a small r. Okay, this is what small r square. Okay, now Pn square, this Pn square is nothing but what, Pn is equal to what, simply we know that r into sine of phi. Sorry, I can write here Pn is equal to capital R into sine of phi. Now we want here what, Pn square, so Pn square is equal to r square into sine square of phi. We already taken here. Okay, now minus 2 times O1p into Pn into cos of O1Pn. Okay, so 2 into O1p, that is what, small r, then Pn is equal to what, we know that r into sine phi. Okay, and cos of here O1Pn, that is 90 plus phi. So O1n bracket square is equal to O1p square plus Pn square minus 2 times O1p into Pn into cos of O1Pn. Okay, so put all this value, that is r square, small r square plus capital R square into sine square of phi minus 2 times small r into capital R into sine of phi into cos of 90 plus phi. Okay, now see here, if we solve this equation, then what we got here is equal to small r square into capital R square into sine square of phi plus 2 small r into capital R into sine square of phi. Okay, that is what we convert here, what, sine phi into cos of 90 plus phi. The cos of 90 plus phi is nothing but what, sine phi. The sine phi into sine phi, we got here sine square of phi. Okay, now from this equation get common, that is what, r square. So we got here r square is common. So in this bracket, this capital small r square into bracket, here what remains, only 1 will remain. Okay, plus this r square into sine square of phi. Here small r square term will not be there, that's why we divide this term by small r square. Okay, and next is what, 2. Here r term will be there, we want the r square will be common, so to adjust this term, here in the denominator small r will be there. Okay, here capital R into sine square of phi. Okay, now see here, in this equation small r square is here. Okay, into bracket 1 plus adjustment will be there, this small r capital R divided by small r into bracket this r capital R divided by small r plus 2 into sine square of phi. That means some adjustment will be there, we got here. Okay, that means from this equation capital R divided by small r will be common. Okay, now same thing will be here, sine square of phi we get here common. Okay, so we got this equation. Now that is limiting radius of pinion addendum circle, that is O1 n is equal to, okay, this value is nothing but what, in previous one we got the value, that is what, O1 n square. Okay, now we want O1 n, so O1 n is equal to, see here, r into under root 1 plus capital R divided by small r into bracket capital R divided by small r plus 2 into sine square of phi. We know that small r is equal to small m into t divided by 2. So put here, instead of this r, put here, instead of this r, put here, this is what, m into t divided by 2 into bracket 1 will be here. Okay, we know that r divided by r, we can also write down here this capital T divided by small t. So put here, instead of this capital R divided by small r, put here this capital T divided by small t. So we got here equation is equal to O1 n is equal to m small m into t divided by 2 into bracket 1 plus capital T divided by small t into square bracket the capital T divided by small t plus 2 into sine square of phi. Okay, this is what O11. Let we know that APM, that is P will be in suffix, okay, that is what, pinion. Okay, addendum of pinion, where AP is the fraction by which standard addendum of one module for the pinion should be multiplied in order to avoid the interference. Okay, so AP is what, fraction by which standard addendum of one module for the pinion should be multiplied in order to avoid the interference. Okay, so see here, we know that addendum of the pinion, that is O1n minus O1p. Okay, now see here, we know that we can put here equation as it is. We know that O1n, we have the value of O1n, so this is what, value of this O1n. Okay, and O1p, that is what, small r, this small r is equal to what, m into t divided by 2. So put as it is. Okay, this APM is equal to m into t divided by 2 under root 1 plus capital T divided by small t into bracket capital T divided by small t plus 2 into sine square of phi minus small m into t divided by 2. Now here small m into t divided by 2, this will be common term, so get common. Okay, so is equal to m into t divided by 2 into bracket under root 1 plus capital T divided by small t into capital T divided by small t plus 2 into sine square of phi minus 1. Okay, now here APM will be there and here m will be here, so cancel both terms. We got here only AP is equal to small t divided by 2 into square bracket under root 1 plus capital T divided by small t into small capital T divided by small t plus 2 into sine square of phi minus 1. Okay, now we want here what, small t. Okay, now rearrange the terms. We got here small t is equal to 2 times AP, okay, into divided by under root 1 plus capital T divided by small t into bracket capital T divided by small t plus 2 into sine square of phi minus 1. Now see here this small t is nothing but what, number of teeth on the pinion. Okay, to avoid the interference, this is what the limiting condition. Okay, so small t is equal to 2 times AP divided by under root, this whole term will be here. Okay, now we know that this capital T divided by small t is nothing but what, gear ratio G. We can also put here, this is what, G. Okay, so see here small t is equal to 2 times AP divided by under root 1 plus G into bracket G plus 2 into sine square of phi minus 1. This is what the limiting condition, that is what, minimum number of teeth on the pinion to avoid the interference. Okay, this small t will be the, this small t gives the number of teeth on the pinion. Okay, now we are going to see the numerical based on minimum number of teeth on the pinion in order to avoid the interference. So see, this is numerical. Okay, what is the statement of this numerical? Two 20-degree involutes per gears mesh externally and give a velocity ratio of 3. Module is 3 mm and the addendum is equal to 1.1 module. If the pinion rotates at 120 rpm, determine the minimum number of teeth on each wheel to avoid the interference. Okay, the number of pairs of teeth in contact. Okay, so see here what is given in problem. two 20-degree involutes per gears. Okay, now here 20-degree involutes per gear. Here what angle phi is given. Okay, mesh externally and give velocity ratio. Velocity ratio is given, that is 3. Okay, modulus 3 mm. Okay, again here m is given, this is small m is given, that is 3 mm. Next, addendum is equal to 1.1 times of module, that means 1.1 into 3. Okay, now here addendum is equal to what, 3.3. If the pinion rotates at, here what given, speed of pinion is given, that is 120 rpm. Now determine minimum number of teeth on each wheel to avoid interference. That means we have to point out the minimum number of teeth on pinion as well as on wheel to avoid the interference. And next is what, number of pairs of teeth in contact. That is what we have to find out, the number of pairs of teeth in contact. Okay, now first thing is that write down whatever given data. Now whatever they are given in problem, that is phi is equal to what, 20 degree. Again speed is given of pinion, that is np is equal to 120 rpm. We know that velocity ratio, that is vr is equal to 3. Now addendum is given, that is 1.1 times of module. Next small m is given, that is modulus is given, that is what, 3 mm. Again next addendum of wheel is equal to 1.1. Okay, now see here, first thing is that we know that the formula, that is capital T is equal to 2 times AW divided by under root 1 plus 1 divided by G, that is small t divided by capital T, is equal to what, we know that G is equal to what, this capital T divided by small t. So in this formula we know that this 1 divided by G is equal to what, this small t divided by capital T. So this, instead of this one, we can write down here 1 divided by G. Okay, now next is what, under root 1 divided by G plus 2 into sine square of phi minus 1. Okay, so we know that value of AW, that is 1.1, that is 2 is constant. Okay, now next is what, under root 1 plus 1 divided by 3 into bracket 1 divided by 3 plus 2 into sine square of phi angle is there, that is 20 minus 1. So we got here capital T is equal to what, 49.44. Okay, so this is what the number of teeth on the wheel. Now taking the higher whole number divisible by velocity ratio. Okay, so what we got, capital T is equal to what, 49.44. This is what we have to convert into whole number. Okay, so whole number will be the 50, but this number will be divisible by velocity ratio. So velocity ratio is what, 3. Okay, so the 50 is not divisible by 3, so we can take the higher number. Okay, next higher number, that is what, 51. Now 51 is divisible by 3, so we can take the number, that is small t, capital T is equal to what, 51. So take T is equal to what, 51, and this 51 is divisible by 3. You got the point? So what is what, we already got the capital T is equal to what, 49.44. Okay, so take higher number, so take next higher number is what, 50, but this 50 is not divisible by 3. Okay, so take next number, that is what, divisible by 3, that is what we can take, we have taken here 51. So capital T is equal to what, 51, and the small t is equal to 51 divided by 3 is equal to what, 17. This is what the number of teeth on the pinion. Now next finding is that we have to find out the contact ratio or number of pairs of teeth in contact. So for this contact ratio, we must know that the arc of contact. Okay, so see here. Okay, so our arc of contact, we must know that the path of contact. Okay, so n is equal to what is the formula, arc of contact divided by circular pitch. Okay, so see here, arc of contact is nothing but what, path of contact divided by cos of phi into, we know that circular pitch is PC, that PC is nothing but what, pi into m. So this is what, this path of contact divided by cos of phi, this is what, arc of contact divided by this circular pitch. The circular pitch is nothing but what, pi into m. Okay, so put here as it is. Okay, and this as arc of contact is nothing but what, path of contact divided by cos of phi. So we know that formula to find out path of contact, that is what, under root capital RA square minus capital R square into cos square of phi minus capital R into sine of phi plus this under root small ra square minus small r square into cos square of phi minus small r into sin of phi divided by this cos of phi into pi into m. This above formula is nothing but what? Path of contact divided by this cos of phi into pi into m. Okay, so RA is nothing but what? We know that this radius of addendum circle of wheel. Okay, small RA is nothing but what? Radius of addendum circle of the pinion. Again we know that capital R and small r. Okay, so put the values, whatever values. Okay, we know we have to find out this capital R. This capital R is nothing but what? Small m into capital T divided by 2. We have the value of this capital T. So put here this 3 into 51 divided by 2. So we got here small r is capital R is equal to what? 76.5. Okay, next RA is equal to what? R plus module. Okay, so, R plus addendum. So addendum is nothing but what? In the problem statement they are given addendum is equal to what? 1.1 times of module. So we have the value of module put here. So this is what? R plus 1.1 times of m. Put here what? We have the value of m. Here is what? 3. So we got this RA is equal to what? 79.8 mm. Next is what? Small r. The small r is equal to what? Small m into t divided by 2. So we have the value of m, we have the value of small t. So put here. So we got here r is equal to what? 25.5. Next is what? Small ra. The small ra is nothing but what? The small ra is nothing but what? Small r plus addendum. So addendum is nothing but what? 1.1 times of module. So we have the value of module. So put here this is what? 3. So we got here RA is equal to what? 28.8 mm. So put in the formula. So put in the formula, that is under root 29.8 square minus this r is nothing but capital R is what? 76.5 into cos of 20 square minus 76 point sin of 20. Okay, next this what? Small ra. Small ra is what? 28.8 bracket square minus this small r is what? 20.5 cos of 20 bracket square minus 25.5 sin of 20 divided by this cos of phi. This is what? Cos 20 into pi into this m, that is what? 3. By calculation, put the values in calculate. By calculation we got here the first term, that is what? 34.646 minus 26.165 plus this terms becomes 15.977 and this 25.5 into sin of 20 becomes 8.720. Okay, here cos 20 into this term. Okay, by calculation we got here this n is equal to 1.78. That means we can say here the one pair of teeth will always remain in contact. Okay, whereas of 78% of time 2 pairs of teeth will be in contact. We cannot say that is what? 1.78. that means one pair will be always in contact with each other, and next term, that is what? Next pair will be in what? 78% in contact with each other. Okay, so we can state it here likewise that, or we can simply say here instead of this 1.78 we can also say 2 here. Okay, always we can write down n is equal to what we got the value in fraction. So put here, suppose we got here value, that is what? Suppose we got here n is equal to what? We got here 2.65. So instead of this we can write down here 3, or simply we can state here that is, instead of, in this case, that is 2 pairs are always in contact with each other, and third teeth will be in what? 68% with contact with each other, we can say here. So in this case we can state here one pair of teeth will always remain in contact, whereas for 78% of time 2 pairs of teeth will in contact. Okay, so this will be the conclusion of this problem. Okay, we got the all findings here. Okay, so in next video we can see next problem. Thank you.